There's a story in the Bible about a robe so bright it couldn't hide the glory of God. It's found in Mark, chapter 9, verses 2 to 8, and it goes like this. Now 6 days later, Jesus took with him Peter, James, and John, and led them up a high mountain apart by themselves. And he was transfigured before their eyes. His clothes became radiant, white as light, whiter than anyone on earth could bleach them. And there appeared with him Moses and Elijah, and they were talking with Jesus. Then Peter said to Jesus, "Rabbi, it's good for us to be here. If you wish, let us make 3 tabernacles here, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." He didn't know what to say, for they were also awestruck, for they had seen his glory. And a cloud came and overshadowed them. And from the cloud came a voice that said, "This is my beloved Son. Listen to him." And when the voice had spoken, Jesus was left alone. But when the disciples came back to their senses, they saw no one but Jesus. Only in Mark's Gospel do we read that for a moment. His true glory leaked through his skin. The disciples had just witnessed the transfiguration of Jesus Christ. It's the ultimate theophany, where God's presence was so real that it literally radiated from his body, causing his clothes to become whiter than anything on earth. As they stood there in the presence of this glorious being, 2 of the greatest figures of the Old Testament, Moses and Elijah, appeared and began to talk with Jesus. You can almost feel the weight of the moment, can't you? Here these 3 are, representing the past, present, and future of God's people, talking together on a mountaintop. And then God speaks from the cloud. "This is my beloved Son. Listen to him." This was no ordinary event. It was a theophany, an appearance of God. What's interesting is that the disciples wanted to build 3 booths, one for Jesus, one for Moses, and one for Elijah. But when they looked around, they realized that they were alone. They had seen the glory of God and been in the presence of angels, but now they were alone with Jesus. So what does this passage mean for us today? First, it shows us how glorious Jesus is. He is the embodiment of God's glory. Second, it reveals the reality of spiritual beings. There are angels and heavenly beings all around us, but we can only see them if God allows it. And third, it teaches us to listen to Jesus. God said, "Listen to him," which means pay attention to what he says, believe what he says, and obey what he says. As we close, let's remember that Jesus is worthy to be praised. Let's give him the glory due to his name. Let's listen to his words, for he is the voice of God. Amen.